Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Peace and blessings. Welcome back to Divine Alignment. Today, we're going to talk about and learn an important topic today. We are going to get into healing and the science behind healing. So many of us are experiencing this shift within us. We are being energized and electrified from within, and we are getting this pull towards aligning with our divinity. And we understand that it's time for us to heal. There's things that we need to heal within our past, but we may not understand how to go about it. And today we're going to get into and break down the science behind healing. So let's get into it. First, let's go over what is healing. Healing is making peace with your past. That is healing. Healing is making peace with your past. So you're like, okay, I vibe with that, but how do you make peace with your past? Well, in order to understand how to make peace with your past, you must understand first that we are multi-dimensional beings. We are our 3Ds. We are our past, our present, and our future, all at the same time. We are past, present, and future all at the same time, and we are connected through our mind's eye. And so when you understand that we are all these things at the same time, you realize, well, why do I keep getting triggered and having these memories? It's because there are things that has happened to you in your past that has hurt you, that is unresolved. And in order to resolve it, it's going to take all three parts of you. This is your holy trinity. It is your past, your present, and your future. This is what makes you who you are. Your experiences, your goals, your mission, and who you are today makes you who you are. So let's go further. Let's go even deeper into this. So understanding that we are multidimensional beings, understand that we also exist, how our consciousness works, because we are living in the mind of God. And to understand the mind of God is to understand consciousness and how consciousness works. Understanding divine laws and principles, understanding how does the mind work, because the supreme being, our highest and best version of ourselves, the God within us, our supreme being is there within us, waiting for us to come. And the way we go and meet, the path that we take to follow, to connect with our supreme being, is through the pathway of love. And a lot of us are wanting to meet our God and become the highest, best version of ourselves, but we cannot, because there are some things in our past that is holding us down, giving us weight to where we can't move forward. So understanding knowledge, gaining knowledge is how we heal. So understanding a bit further, the mental plane, we live on 3 planes. We are in the mental plane, we are in the spiritual plane, and we are in the physical plane. We are multi-dimensional beings, okay? The mental plane is the cause, and the physical plane is the effect, okay? Mental plane is the cause, and the physical plane is the effect. So let's go a bit deeper. So the reason why we cannot move forward to become our highest and best self the God within us, is because we have been hurt in our past. At some point, we were discouraged. We were probably bullied. We did not have positive reinforcement in the home. You were told to be realistic. So naturally, your younger self, your child self, is connected to her future. That's why her imaginations are so wild. You talk to a child, you ask them what they want to do, and what they want to do and be is I mean, they are dreaming, right? So they are naturally connected with the higher version of themselves. But at some point, this younger version of yourself, this young girl, Shayna, she was hurt and her heart got broken. She was discouraged as a child. She was put down a lot. She was bullied, being the new girl in school because she moved so much, and she ended up being bullied a lot. She, as she told and shared her dreams to people that truly did not know her or love her for who she was, put her goals and visions down and told her that she needs to get more realistic. And she ended up having a broken heart, and she ended up getting hurt. And that hurt, she ended up getting hurt. She ended up getting hurt, and this hurt causes emotional baggage. So now because she was hurt as a child, she experienced trauma as a child, especially if you're going to schools that exhibits a lot of violence, you're living in neighborhoods that's, crime ridden, crime stricken, you experience trauma. Trauma is all around you. I remember living in neighborhoods where there was a lot of gun violence, and coming out of my apartment or coming home from work, late at night there was a shooting in my neighborhood, and, to police tape and bullets on the ground and blood on the ground, or going to bed hearing, gunshots and violence going on, and then you wake up and there's blood outside your apartment. That type of stuff is traumatic, and some of us are living in these neighborhoods where we're experiencing so much trauma, so we have a lot of anxiety. And what happens is, when this young girl got hurt, she developed so much anxiety that naturally her defense mechanisms put up a wall, because what she did, her heart got broken and she closed off her heart, and now she put up a wall. See, she's supposed to be seeing out this way, she's supposed to be seeing this way, but she can't see because she has these walls built up, and she can no longer is attached to her future self, or God, her highest best version of herself, because she has so much emotional baggage that she is dealing with. And so what you'll have to do, okay, to get rid of this emotional baggage, what you'll need to do is, it's going to take your present self, okay? Because you cannot ascend any higher to pursue your best self. You right now you say, okay, I have an idea, I have a vision of my future self, and I know that I need to get my voice out there, and I have to put myself out there, make this content, speak my piece, do the thing that is in my heart, doing that what she's doing. But you are having a hard time showing up as yourself because you have been hurt and discouraged, and you also live in this society where you compare yourself, you have perfectionism, and you're comparing yourself to people's highlights and their best, and you're having a hard time doing the things that you need to move forward. What you'll have to do is you need to heal that younger version of yourself, and the way you do that is it's going to take you in your present moment. You got to get some knowledge. It's going to take for you to get some knowledge in your present self. When you go into your prayer and you come with an issue, you want a deeper understanding, you go into your prayer, you go into that triple darkness, you enter into that triple darkness. This is your present self is going to take some prayer. Okay? You need some prayer. So you go into the triple darkness of your mind where your supreme being, your higher power, is on the fourth dimension. So you block out the light, go into the triple darkness of your mind. You enter into a meditative state and you allow your heart to talk for you. You allow your thoughts to flow. And so your heart, you say, you go over how you felt in that moment of anxiety. You go over that moment that brought that to you. Your thoughts are going to come back because you're your past, your present, your future, and you can never forget fully the things that you've experienced. And so you go back into your past, and you go back to that moment, and you allow the feelings to come from that moment up. Allow that feeling to come up, and then your thoughts are going to get that vision is going to come back of what happened, and then you go to your supreme being and you say, why, how, why did I feel uncomfortable? Why do I feel uncomfortable making content? Like, why? Why am I anxious about it? And then you allow your heart to speak and your mind to speak. You're in a meditative state, and then you get a knowing. And then that knowing says, work on confidence. And then you come out of that meditative state with your answer. Now you go and you gain some knowledge. Okay, so let's put prayer at the top. You put prayer at the top, then you get some knowledge. You go and you read a book about confidence. You Google confidence, you watch YouTube videos, and you apply it to your life. So applied knowledge gives you wisdom. Okay? So what you do is you take that wisdom that you've learned in your present moment by gaining knowledge and applying it, that God gave you wisdom. Then you go back to your younger version of yourself who was anxious in that moment, that was hurt, and you educate her and you teach her what she didn't know at the time. So you go back to your inner self, you hold yourself, and you teach her the wisdom that you've learned, and you come at her with the language of love. You come with the language of love, which is empathy. You say, I understand how you feel, and compassion. I know what you've been through was devastating, and it hurt you, and I'm so sorry that happened to you, and I love you so much. But now that I know what I know now, I know how to peep that. So I know the characteristics, I know the traits of someone who was hurt. I understand that hurt people hurt others. Now that I know what I know now, I'll never let this happen or take on someone else's poison again. I've got wisdom, I've got knowledge now. So you teach her, and in that moment that you're teaching your younger version of yourself, your anxiety, her anxiety comes down. The anxiety from that moment comes down. It comes down. And so now she's able, your younger self, your older version of yourself is able to see, because the anxiety is down, the emotional baggage is gone, the anxiety, the fear, okay, because your present self gained some knowledge, worked on herself, applied the knowledge, gained some wisdom. You're going back with the passion of love, teaching yourself. Your anxiety is going down, your fear is going down. See, that knowledge gave you wisdom, the wisdom to go teach yourself something that your younger self that she didn't know at the time, which is giving her peace. And that peace is healing. Now that wisdom is bringing you peace. Now your heart is mended. Now you have peace. And that peace brings healing. And now you can move as a whole into your future. So this is all of you. You need all of you. You need all of you. This is your holy trinity. It is your past, your present, and future. You can't go anywhere without this holy trinity. This is who you are. You are a trinity. You are a multi-dimensional being. 3 of you exists all at the same time to make this consciousness work. And so you go into the mental plane, which is where God is, your supreme being that operates in that triple darkness is on the mental plane. So you go into your prayer, into the mental plane, into the triple darkness, and you allow your heart to feel and express what is going on in that moment. And your supreme being will speak to you through the mental plane. It's an inner knowing. It's your voice. And you're going to get an inner knowing. And that right there, you take that inner knowing, that wisdom that you got, and you apply it to your life. And that creates your physical plane, is your applied knowledge, which is wisdom. Your applied knowledge, which is the wisdom that you gain, affects your reality. And this is the science behind healing. And your reality changes because you went and gained knowledge. And you taught it to a younger version of yourself that was hurt. And it gave you peace and it healed you. And now you understand. Now you can move forward into your future and you understand that process, which is through prayer, is entering into the triple darkness, which is the mental plane. This is the triple darkness where God exists, where everything exists and God operates. It's in the triple darkness. And you understand that when you go into the triple darkness, you allow your heart to speak and you take that applied knowledge and then it turns into wisdom and it affects your physical plane. It affects this 3-dimensional reality. So this is the science behind healing. I would love to know what your thoughts are and if this wisdom resonates with you. And I'd love to know what you think about my notes as well. Please feel free to leave comments, or if you have any questions on certain things, I'll be more than happy to answer them. I answer all of my comments and respond to everyone. So yeah, until next time, everyone, peace and blessings. And remember, God is beautiful.